True crime, a terrible sight, world of YouTube out here with another video. The disappearance of Kristi Krebs. Um, there's a man's name that could have been involved in the disappearance because he was around the area where she was found, but I think this poor woman just literally had herself a mental breakdown. I have to look into this guy because, Richard Allen Davis, the killer of Polly Clace, may have been involved in Kristi's disappearance. He was arrested not far from where Kristi vanished. However, no other evidence is found connect him to her case. I wanted to show that first because this case is just literally insane. As, this poor woman has obviously had a mental breakdown, and and what makes of her poor possibilities. She had graduated from high school in 1989. I guess she got a job at a local restaurant in the town, and the mentalism of her mentality was, for some apparent reason, she started acting like she was the wife of the owner of the restaurant, had children with him, acted like she was married to him. And, whatever the case may be, whether the guy kept telling her to, whoa, hold back, step back, I'm a boss, not that type of person, that could have led to her demise. It would be definitely a question to be answered only by her and the owner himself. Because it don't say in the story, mind you, that the guy didn't, deny anything or say anything or, had any knowledge of her having a crush on him or doing all these crazy things. It doesn't say nothing. It just said that she started fantasizing about it, and ended up, whatever the outcome was, driving off, ending up in a state forest, mind you, and getting stuck. And the most insane thing about this case, which will be coming up in momentarily, is the occurrence that happened 3 years later. So she gets stuck and has this huge mental breakdown. She's crying. I don't know how they found out about this, but because she must have told the story, right? She had to have told the story. But she got stuck in the mud. She was trying to get out. And literally, she burned the tires of the car in the mud so bad that it heated up the tires, and it inflamed the car. They had a picture on the Unsolved Mysteries, an actual photo from law enforcement that she toasted her car, the whole inside, because she, like I said, heated up the tire and it combusted into flames. So the parents literally had to put her in a mental hospital to get, psychiatric evaluation done on her. I think it was 3, 4, maybe 6 months later, she ended up getting out. Excuse me. Wait a minute. Diagnosed with having a psychotic and traumatic breakdown 6 months later. She's released, ordered to go back to work, but only part-time. 3 years go by. She ended up getting a second job, doing very well, but ended up acting strangely. Once again, drove off from work, but she was, high-spirited, happy, and, but what happened next led her, I guess, 7 miles or 6 miles from the original spot where she got stuck. So she's out in the forest again and gets stuck again. This time, though, not burning the car on fire, but getting out. Found 2 days or a day later walking on a set of railroad tracks. Distraught. And, she was at a beach at first before she got out in the woods. And she was sitting there. A state trooper told her that she had to leave. There's no overnight parking or sleeping there. But she just wanted, and he said, agreed to her staying a little bit longer, but she better have made sure she got out of there. And when she did leave, whatever was running, through her mind at this point, led to another nervous breakdown, psychotic breakdown. Led her right back, like I said, in the woods, and she got stuck in the same scenario as 3 years before. And supposedly she's been wandering ever since. A state trooper picked her up 300 miles from where the car was, meaning she literally walked 300 friggin' miles or hitchhiked or whatever. Which I don't get, man, because 300 miles, what did she eat? What did she drink? Is a crazy thought. I said, don't mention no more than that. And the guy, the trooper talked to her, and she said she had a breakdown and, ended up dropping her off somewhere, but she's never been home, never been seen again. And of course, they bring in that serial killer from where she was last seen. But, yeah, I don't think there's no update on this girl or nothing. She could be dead in the woods somewhere. She could be, sex slaving by someone maybe. Who knows? The thoughts and theories and ideas on this can go on the list forever, especially being out in the California area, with a lot of serial killers that roam that area. So, don't even go into a history of her childhood or nothing. Any signs of this mental breakdown even coming to happen. One thing I know is that someone that has these kind of severities usually leads to the beginning of their life and their childhood is right. Whatever the case may be, that wasn't even mentioned. Did she have a rough childhood? Did something traumatize her when she was younger? Did something, I can't even bash the family, but did a family member do something? There's always that thought, theory, idea that sometimes behind closed doors, hiding them skeletons in the closet, usually don't come out till way later on, till something tragic happens. But, if this girl is even still alive, man, it's like, where do you start? Images show her at the time of her, that's probably a graduation photo to a little enhancement on the right. Can't even say where the hell she was, last located, but what the hell is that? 6 months later, some achievements and leads. So anyway, so apparently you want to get to Jackson State Forest, 7 miles from where the first car fire occurred. So, and wherever this officer seen her, 300 miles from where Kristi's car was abandoned. The officer, see how it don't even say where. And that's the thing with these damn friggin' articles sometimes. They don't put full descriptions. They don't put in highways, roads. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And you just left to say, oh, this guy's seen her 300 miles away from the friggin' abandoned car. But where? You gotta go 300 miles north, west, south, east. Which way? Don't say. And that's the... But that's how they used to do things back then. It sucks to say, man. Bad and, bad, just bad, bad, bad. There's something always suspicious. That girl should have been brought to the police station until she was rightly identified and then called her parents. That's what should have been done. And he felt something was not right, it says. And she may have had mental issue, she had scars on her wrist. Said she had a breakdown, convinced that he had picked her up. Her family is convinced that she's still alive and unaware of identity. See? Don't say where he dropped her off. Don't even bring her in the friggin', just leave it at that, huh? So, as you can see, man, that's lousy. Lousy. Why in God's name, if there's a friggin' God up there, why would this cop just let her out or let her go and wander and, he felt something was wrong, but didn't bring her back to the barracks or nothing? If I was an officer, I would have brought this lady back. I got this weird suspicion. I'll be telling people I want her identified. I want her damn ass contacted to who she rightfully belongs to. And that's what I would have done, period. Not, we just seen her. I talked to her and that's it. That's it. I knew I had her, but what did you do with her? And then you got the Richard Allen Davis friggin' guy and, seeing, being, caught up in the area where she was found. Meaning this cop found her where a serial killer ran. Is that what I'm getting out of this? And then don't hold her to keep her safe. Unbelievable, man. It's just unbelievable. Other than that. So, anyways, as I was saying, when you get cases like this and no results, but you seen the person and you had her in your grasp and still no results, and the poor woman could be dead somewhere. What the fuck is wrong with this world? This is why I say if you find something suspicious, you see something suspicious. Yeah, you find a woman like this on the side of the road talking about having breakdowns, nervous breakdowns, bang, get it to the police. But then again, mental health back then wasn't really, I can honestly say, wasn't really looked at greatly. Just like today, it still isn't. Often, some officers of the law does not have the experience to deal with mental health issues, and they should. Just like what happened to my son, this cop should have had a crash course on disabled intellectual children, and they should go to school for this and learn it. And if you feel that there's a mental breakdown somewhere, if you feel that this person is not right to be unfit to be on the street, then you need to bring that person in and do what you do rightfully by the law and get them to a safe place. I know back in the day they wasn't really great on these things and these issues, but it's time to step up, people, because cases like this should bring forth the future, that should bring forth more to learn about mental health. And that's the bottom line, because I goddamn said so. I suffer from mental health, and but I know how to maintain it in ways, but still, there's a switch. And when bad people do bad things, or even try to do bad things to me, my mental health kicks in, and I turn on the switch. But this poor woman couldn't turn on or off the switch. She ended up just, oh, yeah, I see. Nobody's all right with mental health. Nobody. You got to get it looked at properly. And I know this from experience. And for this stuff to be, overlooked for so long and not examined right to the future, it's pathetic. People need to step up and do that. Till the next video, be safe, take care, always beware. And if you feel as if you're having a mental breakdown, get some help. Call somebody. And if you don't know who to call, find somebody, doctor, whatever, they'll lead you in the right direction. Psychiatrist, go to a goddamn psychiatrist, psychiatric mental health facility. They will lead you in the right direction. You don't need to be ending up like this poor woman and just wandering the goddamn street. I mean, I'm not trying to bash the parents, but what the fuck? Why is she still wandering? Other than that, folks, we got to step up our games for the future, especially for mental health. I know from experience. Out.